Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Thanks for coming to this play-along guitar workout on hammer-ons and pull-offs. This is actually the second workout that we've had on these. We introduced hammer-ons and pull-offs in the last workout, and there are some lessons that go along with this as well. Now, there is a PDF that goes along with this workout that you'll need to have in front of you. That you can get to that PDF on the YouTube description down below. There's a link for that, and that will get you to the PDF for this particular lesson. So let's go ahead and get started. Hammer-ons and pull-offs, one of the most important things you can do on a guitar. Now, we're not going to do a lot of talking, we're doing a lot of playing, so go ahead and have your guitar with you and take a look at that PDF. Look at that first page, page 1. We're going to do a little bit of warm-up exercises on hammer-ons first. So we're going to do it on our first string. We're going to come up here to the 5th position. 5th position, you put your first finger at the 5th fret. In guitar, we play in positions, and that refers to kind of a range of notes on the guitar. When you say, I'm in the 5th position, that means your hand, the range of notes, you're going to start at the 5th fret. So we're going to put our fingers up here on the 5th fret on the 1st string. And we're going to do kind of all the fingers that we're going to be playing are going to be on the 5th string, or excuse me, on the 1st string at the 5th fret. So let's practice hammer-ons. Remember, hammer-ons are ascending motion, and I have my first finger here, and I'm going to hammer on with my second finger, give a good whack to that 6th fret on the 1st string. You try that. Okay, you got to really hit it. You can't just set it there. You got to really hit it strong. Strong! Hey, let's go between 1st and 3rd finger now. So this is between the 5th and the 7th fret. Got to hit it nice and strong. On your fingertips. Not the flat of your fingers, the fingertips. Now we're going to go from the 1st to the pinky, okay? 1st pinky. Pinky's the weakest of your fingers normally, so we got to train him to be a little bit stronger. Now you can't do these with a bad hand position. If your hand's all up like that, you're going to find it really tough to do. You got to lower that wrist a little bit, give a little bit of airspace here between the bottom of the neck and your palm. There should be a little bit of airspace there, and your palm should basically be flat, not sideways like that. Let's try it again. 1st to 2nd, ready, go. We'll do that 4 times. Ready, go. Another one. One more. And then number 4. Now 1 to 3. We'll do that 4 times. 1. 1 to 4 now. About that tempo. Don't just hit it as fast as you can. It's got to be in time. That's what we're going for. Go to the 2nd string. We're going to do the same thing. On the 2nd string, it's a little bit thicker string. Takes a little bit more. The thicker string you get, the more your fingers are going to need more pressure to do it. Let's go from 1 to 2. Let's do it just 3 times. Here we go. Ready, go. Hey, now let's go from 1 to 3. 1st to 3rd finger. Ready, go. 1st to 4th finger now. So I'm not plucking that 2nd note. I'm just hitting it. The only note I'm plucking is the 1st one. Okay? As you go through the different strings, you're going to need more and more pressure as you go up. That's basically hammer-ons. Now, there are some other combinations. You know, we've done 1-2 to 1-3 to 1-4, but what if we did like maybe 2 to 3? So let's go back to the 1st string, and we're going to do 2 to 3. So this would be like the 6th fret to the 7th fret. Do that one a few times. What if we did 2 to 4? Try that one. The only other combination we haven't done is 3 to 4. So all of them are combinations that you're going to use when you're doing a hammer-on. Okay, so flip the page. Now we're going to do, look at page 2. Now that's hammering on. What we just practiced there was hammering on from a fretted note. But you can also hammer on from a you can hammer on from an open string as well. So let's try that before we get onto the page 2 stuff there. Thank you so much. Go from an open string E to the 3rd fret G on the 1st string. Okay, just go from that. So I'm playing the E string open and then hammering on with my 1st finger to the G. Try that a few times. What if I did to the 5th string A, or the 5th fret A? Okay, now try going from the open E to the G to the A. So now you got a 3-note pattern. The only note you're plucking is the 1st one. Everything else is hammer on. Hey, do that on the next string. Try to do it a little bit faster. Same motion. Okay, good, fantastic. Look at the second page there. Let's say we did a pentatonic scale. If you want to know what pentatonic form we're using, you can flip over to page, I believe it's page 5, and it will show you the pentatonic form that we're using. The top one there. It's in G major or E minor. So look at that form first, top of page 5. This is the top form on the upper right-hand side. You're at the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the 6th string. You play this with me. Good, do it again, do it again. Start on that low 6th string. Let's do that pentatonic form, top of page 5. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add an open string like we did on that other exercise just before this. We're going to add an open string before each one of those pairs. So if you go back to page 2 and you look at that top example where it says E minor, all I'm doing is taking that pentatonic form that we just did, we're going to add an open string to it. E. So open, 2nd finger, pinky. Okay. On the next string, we do an open, and then this on the form, it's 1st finger and 4th finger. Next string down, we have open, and then 1st and 4th again. Next string down, we have open and 1st and 3rd this time. Next string down is open and 2nd and 4th. And the last one is open. All right, now that top of page 2 is that exercise that we just did. Let's see if we can put them all together now. Okay, so we just start on that low E, E, 2nd finger, 4th finger, open A, 1st and 4th. Next string, 1st and 4th. 1st and 3rd here. 2nd and 4th. So when I get that going, it sounds like this. It's just a funky little way to play some hammer-ons and a pentatonic scale, just something different. So instead of just playing a regular pentatonic scale, on certain ones you can add these open strings to it. Now, we've done it with single notes, let's do it with chords. So take a look at the middle of page 2. Let's form a regular D minor 7th here at the 5th fret. Okay. Now, a couple different ways we could play around with this one. In the lesson, we talked about going from adding some extra chord tones. So maybe I could add my pinky down here and hammer on and pull off. Some of these chord tones. So the first one, the first string, I'm going between the bar and the 4th finger. On on the second string, I'm going between the, let's say, the second and the fourth finger. On the third string, I'm going from the bar to the third finger. So I end up with something like this. There you go. You just try that. Okay, and you throw a little groove behind that. Now, that's single notes. I can do the full chord. Remember that old Doobie Brothers song? Going from the bar, and then I'm just hammering on my third and second finger. That's, you can hammer onto chords too. What if we went to a G7th chord? Okay, and we're going to hammer on that second finger. We're going to take him off, and then we're going to add him back again. So we get this kind of bluesy sound. You try it. So this one, you're just kind of hammering on as quick as you can. But up. Okay, you try that. All I'm doing is adding on my second finger. Hey, go up a half step. Let's do it in A flat. 2, 3, 4. Good way to get that bluesy sound. Go down, back down to where we G half step. Third fret. So different ways that you can use hammer-ons with chords. All right, let's talk about pull-offs. We already kind of introduced them a little bit, so let's practice them. So let's go back here to the first string at the 5th fret. We're going to put our pinky at the 8th fret. Okay, and here we're going to pull, not just lift my finger. I'm going to give a little slight tug down so I can get that string to sound, and my third finger is already holding behind it. So both of these are on at this point, and then he gives a little tug to the third finger. A pull-off. So let's practice this. We're going to go from 4 to 3 first, a few times. Ready? First string, this is at the 8th fret and the 7th fret. You try it with me. We'll do it 4 times. Ready? Go. Do it again. One more time. Okay, that's from 4 to 3. Now, pinky's going to be weak, remember. So the more we do this, the stronger he's going to get. Now let's go from 4 to 2. 4 to 2. So we're going to pull off to the second finger. Ready? Go. You try that. Do it again. Hey, let's go from 4th to 1st finger. Hey, let's go back and forth. Let's go. And then hammer on back to the 4th finger. So you got to give a little tug down. So the only one I'm striking is the first one. And if you do them right, you can kind of get it going with just the tugs. So I'm not even striking the string at all. Take a look at page 3. We've gone through page 1, page 2, page 3. Let's look at them. We're going to practice these hammer-ons by going back here in the 5th position. We're going to go from 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, you practice that. We'll go nice and slow. Ready, go. First string. Do it again. Do it again. Try and give a good pop as you're going out. As you're pulling down. There you go. Hey, go to the next string, still in the 5th position. We're going to do the same thing. Okay, now what's going to help is your first finger, just kind of lay him over that first string so the first string doesn't, you know, give a ring. So I'm fretting the 2nd string, but I'm just going to kind of lay on that first string a little bit so that he doesn't sound. Do the next string, 3rd string. Same thing, first finger kind of lays over. So at the beginning, they're all on at the same time. Now, if your fingers are hurting right now, that's very normal. Don't feel like anything's wrong. If you're not used to doing these, they're going to hurt a little bit. What if I did hammer-ons and ascended? Back down. Ascending. You can see how ascending's easier. There you go. And then you can go through, practice that by going through all the strings. That's a good way to practice that. We talked about our pentatonic scale a moment ago on page 2. And remember how we did our open string? Well, what if I did that in reverse? With pull-offs. Now, if you're just learning pull-offs, you're not going to have enough dexterity to do that. That's okay. Just work, do these little simple exercises, and do them each day. And after about a week or so, you'll get enough strength to be able to do these without too much problems. So if we did that middle exercise on page 3, you try it with me. We got our pinky on that 5th fret, going down to 3rd, pull off to 3rd, and then pull off to open. 2nd string, starting on the pinky, pull off to 2nd, and then to open. Then we have our 3rd finger going to the 1st finger to open. It's hard doing it slow. It's easier to do these faster. 4th finger, 1st finger, open. 4th finger, 1st finger, open. 4th finger, 2nd finger, open. You get that going. It sounds pretty good when you get it going fast. All right, so there we've covered some different ideas with that. We've talked about how we can use them with open strings. On page 4, we page 4, we've done things in minor. Let's do them in major. Let me show you another little trick we can do with them. So on an open E, you do this with me. We're going to do an open E scale. This is on page 4, top of page 4. So let's first find the scale. We're in E major, so it's going to be open and then 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, doesn't matter what finger you're doing, 7th fret, 9th fret, 11th fret, 12th. We end up with a double dot. Okay, do that for me one more time. Open E, 2nd fret F sharp, 4th fret G sharp, then 9th, 11th, 12th, freeze, let's go down backwards, start at that high 12th, then back to 11th, then 9th, 7th, 5th, 4th, 2nd. That's an E major scale. Okay, we did it all on one string there. All right, so take a look at the next, this is the middle exercise on page 4. We're going to do just little trills, okay? So we're going to go up to the next scale step and then hammer on to up to that and then pull off down to where we started. So if we did it on an open E, it'd be an E, I hammer onto the F sharp at the 2nd fret, and then pull off again. So you end up with a move that's like this. Try that a little bit. I'm hammering on and then I pull off. Let's do the next one. Now I'm on the F sharp and we're going to hammer on to the G sharp, the next scale tone, and then back down to the F sharp. So it's first finger, third finger, first finger. Good, go to the third one. Now we're going from the G sharp to the A, first finger to second finger. Ready, go. Do it again. One more time. You're doing great. Don't give up on these. Don't give up on them. Here we go. Fifth fret now. So we're going to go from an A to a B. We'll do that 3 times. Ready, go. First finger to third finger. Do it again. Another one. I go up to the 7th fret and do the same thing. First and third finger. Go. Now I go up to 9th and do the same thing. And then at 11th, we're back to just first and second finger. Okay, we're going to start here at the bottom. We're going to do just each of them just one time. Starts on the open E, then 2nd fret to 4th fret, 4th fret to 5th fret, 5th to 7th, 7th to 9th, 9th to 11th, 11th to 12th. You can do them ascending and descending as well. You can do different scales. Pick whatever scale you want to and practice these little trills. You can also do these little trills combining to an open string, and that's what the next exercise down there on page 5, or excuse me, page 4 is. So we're going to start on this F sharp, go up to G sharp, back up to F sharp, and then pull down to the open string. F sharp, G sharp, hammer on, pull off to the open string. These are just little tricks you can do on guitar. And you can get some pretty cool effects with them. Sounds much flashier than it is. It's actually just one hammer on, next scale tone, back the hammer on to the open string. Now if I do that up at the next note, which is the G sharp, well then I have to go first finger, second finger, first finger, and then to the open string. You practice that. Next one. Next one. Next one. And the last one, first and second finger again. Okay. These exercises are just meant to start you off on them. And after you kind of get the idea, then mess around with different string combinations, different scales. See if you can come up with different patterns of your own on these. Flip over the page. Page 5. All right, we've already done some of this stuff with the pentatonic scales, so I'm not going to get too much into that, but I did want to look at the bottom one. Page 5, bottom one. Okay? Now I'm on a E minor pentatonic up here at the 7th fret, so let's go through that pentatonic scale first. This is the bottom of page 5, that little chord block that's at the very right-hand side. Okay, so let's just play through that. We're in the 7th position here, kids. First finger there on the 6th string of the 7th fret, then going to your pinky. So let's just play through that little pentatonic block there. First to 4th, first to 4th, first to 3rd, first to 3rd, 2nd to 4th, first to 4th. Okay, do it again. First to 4th, first to 4th, first to 3rd, first to 3rd, 2nd to 4th, Do it one more time, a little bit faster. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4. Okay? There you go. Now we're going to add open strings to that. We're going to start on the higher note, do a hammer on a pull-off in reverse, and then to the open strings. So that move is the higher note, the lower note. So you have to pick the first note and the second note. And then you're going back and forth between the lower note and the higher note, and then flipping off the open string. Lots of moves. There's a complex move there. If I did it on the second string, sorry, to the open string, fourth, second finger, fourth finger, open string. Next one we have third finger to the first finger, open string. Next one is what? Third and first again. First to fourth on the fifth string. So if we put them all together, so I realize that's going to take a little bit of practice for you to get to that, and that's where, you know, just spend some time on, you know, taking a look at this, work on it 5-10 minutes here and there, and you'll get these patterns down. Next thing you know, you're able to play a whole lot faster than you ever thought you could, just because you're able to incorporate these. So there's a big payoff on these if you kind of learn the technique. I know it's clunky at the beginning, but trust me, as you do it for a few days, you get the hang of it, and it's just kind of a neat little move that you can do on guitar. All right, flip over to the last page. This is the last thing I want to talk to you with. I'm going to switch over to my acoustic guitar now. Since this is kind of a Celtic feel, I thought we would go with the acoustic guitar. So let me switch guitars here. I'm going to grab my acoustic. Let me get my acoustic mic over here. All right, and kind of get this aimed in the right direction. All right, so take a look at the next page. This is page 6. We're going to be back in E major. We're going to combine that same idea that we were just doing in E minor, but we're going to do it in E major. So we have, just look at the top part. Don't look at the bottom part. First, let me play it for you, and then we'll practice it. All right, so let's try that. So with that, don't worry about the lower notes just yet. Just get the top notes. We're starting with the finger first or fifth. We're in the fourth position here. So my pinky's going to be at the 7th fret on the first string, and I'm going to go back and forth between the first and the 4th. So just do that move. So I'm hitting the first note and the second note. And now the last move is I'm going to pull off to the open string. Okay, kind of making a little E triad. Now this next one, I have to really stretch. I'm going to have an A and a C sharp, so my pinky's playing the C sharp at the 9th fret, and the first finger's way back here at the 5th fret. Same move to the open string. Big stretch there. And then we go back to the first one. And the last little one on that top line is kind of a different pattern there. And then we basically just do it again. Now let's add the low string to it. So I'm doing this fingerstyle. So we're going to try and hit the E and the B at the same time right there at the beginning. Just do that motion. Lots of pull-offs in there. Okay, so let's practice that. 1, 2, ready, go. Do it again. Do it again. And. Okay, now we're going to switch. You can do that bass note is going to be the 5th string open A, and we're going to do that larger A triad, that second one. And we'll just do that one a few times. And then back to the low E and the first one. And now the last one on that top line, I have an A and a G sharp. And then I just hit them both with my first finger, that B and the F sharp. And then I go the second line, and it's the same pattern. A, E, bar on the B, some fun little Celtic triads. There you go, some triads to add to your open string hammer-ons and pull-offs. So there you go. There's some things to practice on. We're going to do. There's going to be another workout after this one. We're going to learn how to do hammer-ons and pull-offs with scales, and that's going to be some really speed up your playing and incorporating those. So don't give up on this. Try and work on it a little bit each day, and you'll see that your hand will get stronger and stronger as time goes on. Keep up the great work. Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. We will see you next time.